It's caught in the crossfire.
We were treated to the first step towards greatness of Shakur Stevenson, a fighter who defensively is on par with the best prospects that have ever come out of the Olympics. And that's big words because he proved it tonight in winning the featherweight world title in just his 13th pro fight against Joet Gonzalez.
You're right. You know, he looked phenomenal tonight. You know, I thought this fight was going to be harder, but it was easy. He made it look easy. He dominated every aspect of the ring. Inside, outside, controlled Joet, didn't allow Joet to get where Joet needed to be, and that was inside. And we saw a young man mature before our eyes, not only in the boxing ring, but in every aspect of life.
Well, you saw a young champion, the youngest champion to earn his title in the ring,
Right.
come of age. And
Right.
whatever happens in his career, we all expect big things, we're going to look back and reference this night. And he distinguished himself. By the way, it wasn't just defensively. You know, we saw the interview after the fight with Joet. He was marked up pretty good. Those punches have some sting, and he knows how to use them. He knows how to place them. The footwork was superlative. But what struck me was after the fight, this was a mess. And he went over to Joet, and he congratulated him, and he tried to make amends. And I think that when you look back on this night, he distinguished himself as a young man. Not everyone does that in victory, by the way.
Yeah, and one of the important things here is there was no doubt that he was a superior fighter. His skill set, his pedigree, but the way that he followed in the footsteps of a Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Joet Gonzalez is not a bad fighter.
No.
But tonight, just like the two I named before, he made a good fighter look ordinary.
That's right. That's what the great ones do. The great ones make the good fighters look ordinary. You know, and I've said this from the beginning. I said this from the jump. Shakur Stevenson is a special fighter, and he showed that tonight.
He was also tested, though. In that 7th round, he got roughed up a little bit, and he never lost his composure against another guy, a fighter as technically sound and with as much will as Joet Gonzalez would have made a lot more headway. But his composure never fractured, his technique never fractured, his belief in himself never fractured. Waleed Moses, his grandfather and coach since he was, you know, a couple years old, deserves a lot of credit.
And we talked about that. In the lead up to the fight, Tim, I asked you, with the emotions running so high, how important was it to stick to the game plan? And I think that Shakur did that to a T.
Yeah, he did.
And I think that on the other side, it was Joet's father who actually wanted him to throw away the game plan and just go get him.
Oh, he had to. I mean, the game plan wasn't working. And they tried plan B, and that wasn't working. They tried plan C, and that wasn't working. But, you know, I want to go back to the family drama real quick because, you know, you hear the Gonzalez's talking about respect. I think tonight what Stevenson did, walked over there to Joet Gonzalez and saying, hey, you know, let's mend this. Let's make amends. Like, let's drop this. That's respect. Isn't that a form of respect? Don't you think that's a form of respect?
It is respect.
It is, but
no,
it is respect.
He did what he needed to do. It's going to take some time.
It's okay.
But he did it.
It's a first step. I think the most important thing Mark said was it's a first step. And I think the second step was taken by Joet Gonzalez, the brother who has kind of been the man with the most vision, the most opportunity to look at his sister and know that he still loves her. And despite what she does, understand that there's still blood.
That's right.
And that's what he's got to get Joet and his father to understand, that, you know what, we can't turn our back on her. If she wants to come back to the fold, we need to welcome her back. And if Shakur is part of that, we need to find a way to welcome him in. It's not going to be easy, but we all have to swallow our pride. He said, what good is a title without my family? You don't have a title, go get your family.